not have a flag. No, Kmars is from the United States of America. And it looks like we're going to be starting on library.
Yeah, not sure what the bands are, but the picks are library, and then pub, and then gallery, and then ballroom.
Interesting. Yeah, there's been a lot of gallery so far in SCL. I don't know if those are just the matches we've happened to cast or if it's showing up in all of them. It seems like it's showing up in quite a few of them for some reason. Wasn't as popular last season as I recall.
Yeah, maybe people are just starting to like it.
Yeah, maybe. But sometimes it just takes a year, to get into it.
Yeah. Either way, we are opening up with Kmars on the Spy in Library any 5 of 8. This is one we got to see quite recently, and we are back once more. Alex on the Sniper in 3,
Oh,
2,
nope,
1.
not yet.
No?
No.
Okay.
All right, just making sure that I have everything in the directory. I don't see the games in the directory that I got, but let me just check it out real quick.
If it has a subfolder, sometimes that's the problem. If you take them out of the subfolder, that'll usually clear it up.
Oh, okay. Very well. Let me try that out.
Anyway, Kmars is new to competitive SpyParty, pretty new to the game in general, but one of those people who crammed, a significant number of games in the off season, and then we tell them, "Hey, there's a competitive league." That they say, "Oh my God, sure, yes, let's do that," and not always knowing what they're getting into. I think sometimes I know Kmars was definitely a little nervous about this and was experimenting with a lot of different sniper styles. Certainly, I told them, well, do that at your own peril. If you're experimenting with a new sniper style leading into your competitive debut, but it can certainly work, especially if anyone has any replays they might be banking on. So that can be a nice change of pace, but it can also be very risky. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Once again, you've got Kmars on the Spy in Library, Alex on the Sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Now, why didn't I think of that? Just call them Alex. That's safe. I feel like we're probably not going to mispronounce that.
Yeah, this is true. Stepping in for that early flirt, as is standard operating procedure. 50% on the flirt is a nice number to see because it means you're not too snuggly, but you're still in 2 flirt range. Picking up a drink for Toby real quick and stepping off into the back window.
Does he want to?
Though, so
yeah. Does he want to do anything back here? That's always the question. Every time someone approaches that window, I think, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is this game about to change?
Kmar's just stepping back and forth between pads that he can leave at a moment's notice.
Yeah, just trying to decide what to do.
I don't know if it's going to come off. No, not quite. It was close. But isn't able to get the flirt off.
Yeah, it was white at least, so it wasn't going to be a 2 flirt. Those always feel really bad when you hit the big green and then it doesn't even count. But in this case, no credit for it, but he was going to have to 3 flirt anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is Alexare, we're being told.
Okay, cool.
There we go. So there we go. We guessed right. We
Yay!
do guess right occasionally.
That's a good tagline for SpyParty casters, isn't it?
We guess right occasionally. Look, no joke, guys. If 50% of the things we analyze end up being true when we're trying to guess sniper mindsets, for example, that's a pretty good day. That's a banner day. It's a very psychological game, and being inside someone else's head, even though it is the game, is very, very tough.
84% on the flirt now. Could have been full, but it's... Oh, that bug, though!
And off screen, nice and clean. It didn't even
have to be nice, but my God, was it ever.
What is with these spies wasting their beautiful bugs when they're not even on screen on library? Come on, guys, save it for ballroom.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's where you need the good bugs.
Here's the thing, though. we're under a minute and 30 now, and we only have the one completion. Now we're
Yeah.
going to finish off this flirt, and we're going to put the book away, so we're going to get a lot of progress real fast. But that's going to leave us with about a minute and 2 missions and no progress towards them.
Yeah, exactly. If they're clean with this book, they go from, oh my God, how are they going to finish, to actually they're in a pretty good position because there's a minute left, and I don't think they have any suspicion with 2 hardtails done.
Yeah.
So 1 statue trip and then a BB, and this is over. Very interesting.
That's true, but the double agent may be in conversation, but a lot of people are not. Here's the contact. Swings away. 1 low light, 2 low lights.
Alexare's camera is just whipping around. I don't think he even saw whether or not Kmars was in there, and this is going to be a tough shot to take if he takes it.
4 low lights. It's just a highlight. That's not enough.
It's a fingerprintable statue, though. That's bad, actually, for the spy. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't want it, and it's just added heat if it's seen.
I don't think it's going to be enough. He's definitely thinking about it.
Is that a 3 cycle? I think that's 3 white tests.
There. Well, it's done now. He puts it away.
You gotta get out of there.
He's
Show him it's not a
about
swap.
it. 3
Show him.
seconds. There's no swap. He swings away, and that's the game. Kmart, by the skin of his teeth, takes number 1.
So dramatic. He's got 1 mission done with a minute 30 left, but then he finishes the flirt, dumps the book. Suddenly he's in a great position again, does the BB, goes to center statues. It's fingerprintable. Oh no, that's heat I don't want for no benefit. And then he's waiting for that swap reveal at the end, just like Opie was waiting for Yeesh's, and it's not there. At that point, if you're not going to swap, you want to get out of there and show the sniper as soon as possible, and it just barely works out. It's a good thing he didn't have to swap there, because I don't think it would have worked, and Alexare gives up the sniper game right off the bat.
Here's the thing. If he waits another second before leaving that statue, he just dies.
Right. You force the sniper into that decision, and you know he clearly wanted to shoot him there. He was worried about it. He was scared of it. So in that case, you want to get out of there. I'm pretty sure that was a 3 cycle, though. I think he hit all white tests.
Either way, it worked out. A very dramatic opening to this set as Alexare gets ready to step into the spy shoes himself. Kmars on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. But here's the thing. Even if you don't win that game as sniper, you don't feel bad about it.
It's a little hard to, because it was pretty well played. You didn't miss anything horrendously obvious. It's a good bug that's off screen that's going to happen. And maybe you can kick yourself a little bit for the microfilm, but that's going to happen too. It was just a pretty darn clean game from Kmars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if you really have to feel that bad about it. You know, sometimes you got to tip your cap. Again, the microfilm, probably the only thing you're thinking I probably should have caught. And you're going to miss microfilms on library. There's a lot of books.
51% on the first flirt to open up the game. Now we get to take a breath as Alexare steps into yellow books.
So the crazy thing about that shot, by the way, if you take it, it's a shot you're taking because it makes sense. It tells a story, but not because you actually saw them do a spy thing. That's the big distinction, and that's what makes it inherently difficult. You can say this just seems like when the spy would do this. I think Kmars whipped over just a little too late, and again, if you see the end of the animation as you whip over, unless you're really on the ball, unless you're expecting to see it and your eyes align themselves to what's happening very quickly, you're going to get away with it. I think that was clean.
Yeah, certainly looked like it. We did not get enough of a reaction out of Kmart to think that we're suspicious.
It's a decent start, half a flirt done, but on library, it's not as bad as Modern, it's not as unforgiving as Modern, but you got to keep moving.
Difficult fingerprint. This could be big. Oh no, that's a red swap! No! Oh, God.
That's definitely unintentional.
Oh God! It's just a highlight. We're not dead yet. Tucks it behind the pillar.
I think he was realizing that with the fingerprint, he's going to want to scroll through quickly and get this all done. Fingerprint changes the number of options you have to scroll through, which I'm pretty sure led to that. And when he realizes the swap is happening, maybe it's a panicked click, and then it's a red, and then it's a shot. Oof.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining. Oh my God, the red wasn't any worse than a white would have been, but there's no surviving that.
Yeah. That's pretty rough. I mean, at that point, you could wait it out a little bit, but if he thinks about it a little bit and he remembers, oh, absolutely nobody was there, okay, I can shoot now.
That being said, Kmars, a 2-0 start to open up the set, and he's back on the spy side once more. Alexare needs to find a way to get his foot in the door. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
The foot with the spy shoe on it, right?
Yes. Or in
Yeah,
this case, boot.
Boots. Stepping into the spy boots. I like it. Those boots were made for spying.
That's just what they'll do.
Oh, look at all these statue visitors. That's interesting.
That's good for Kmars, not so much for Alexare.
Yeah, probably not. And again, I said on some venues you kind of need to highlight for statues. It makes a lot of sense on library, and sometimes that rebounds on you.
Kmars behind the pillar with the green book.
Yeah, the red test feels bad psychologically, but as you said, not much worse than a white, and not much worse than a white in a lot of scenarios, frankly. So it's really just the fact that you're swapping by accident, which I think has to be down to the fingerprintable statue.
Indeed. I think Kmars is just going to put this book right back away.
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes you're angling for a low light, and other times you're just looking for a good opportunity, and you just see those snipers laser whipping around too much. Maybe there's not enough activity on the far side of the party, and you realize it's just not a good time, and you call an audible and say, never mind.
That was a pretty good cancel and a pretty good bug.
Oh, yeah.
Alexare nowhere to be seen.
No, he whipped over right afterwards, and I was just about to say there's so much going on the right side of the party that he should really find a way to do something on the left, even if it's just a microfilm at green. Instead, it's a bug, which is way better.
Contact 4, 3 lowlights? I think 3.
I'm going to say that's below par, especially given how many highlights are in the party and the fact that I think only one of them got knocked back down. That is a really good sequence for Kmars. He got away with the bug clean. He got away with the DA. He's got half the flirt done, and he's got 2 minutes left.
Alexare is officially behind the curve now. This is going to be a difficult game to pull back.
Yeah, he's got away with one of the more dangerous missions you have to. One of those hardtail missions. It's clean, but still got a lot of decisions to make here.
And another hardtail to get.
Yep.
Stepping back in to see if he can finish up this flirt in 2, and he cannot. 85% off a white on the second flirt. Minute and 25, starting to come down to it here.
Yeah, and it's a shame he didn't get that 2 flirt, because if he does, it opens up a lot of options, a lot of more aggressive options too. Now he's got to get one more, and he still hasn't been to statues, and he still hasn't done the other hardtail, but he's not a highlight either.
Back in the green bookcase once again, and back in the conversation. Did not get nearly far enough away to do any benefits off the flirtation timer, so he's going to have to wait this one out.
Honestly, there's so much whipping around right now that if you just hit a good green purloin with some cover behind a pillar or something, I think you get away with it almost automatically. He's just not stopping. He's just not stopping to look at any one thing for long enough. And so if you just time that marginally well, unless he happens to be looking right at it, I mean, he's just glancing at the list real quick. I just don't think he's going to see a quick reject.
Flirt done. Transfer done as soon as he puts this away. But he's done the hard part of it, which is not dying at blue.
I think he's going to go to inspects, and I think he's gotten away with all the hardtails already, so this could just be a desperate...
What? This is a swap!
He's just going to swap instead? Another swap?
There's no time, but the shot comes off as the swap does.
Wow.
And
Side
Kmars
statues.
is not letting up.
Wow. Jeez, just really aggressive. Such a clean game. I don't know if I like the swap decision or not, but I totally understand it. I totally understand it. Because I was just about to say when they went to side statues, literally the next words out of my mouth were going to be that if the sniper feels behind and they just see that center statue visit late, that can be enough to take a Hail Mary shot. We say that almost every week, right? So the swap is like an interesting, seemingly counterintuitive, but maybe very rational play there. We're never going to know if it would have worked.
If you go to center statues for the inspects, you don't get that done before overtime. It's going to be overtime if you go for the soft tail there.
Right. Now, if you hit the greens and get out of there quick, maybe it's just a second or two. I'm not really sure. No. I guess he picked that up later than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, he picked up statue at 17. Started the first action test at 14 seconds to go. I don't even know if you would have been done the first inspect by 10 seconds.
Honestly, there was a fairly long delay before he even put the book back. He didn't rush at statues at all, and he didn't try to even pick it up kind of quick, which makes me think that he'd made up his mind already to do the swap even before he went there. Oh, wow, look at that. He even put the statue down really quick at the end, I noticed, just as the shot was coming off.
Yeah.
It looks like he was trying to swap and get out of there and not even be seen at the statues.
Yeah, I think that
Very
was the
strange.
plan.
We'll never know if it would have worked, though. Someone gets shot on the other side. Wow.
We never know that it would. We never know if it would have worked. Only that it did, as Alexare steps into the spy, looking to not get swept on library. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
He said the boots were made for spying, and that is what he did. He made a lot of good progress. That was a really strong game. I think he got to the final mission with basically no heat on him.
Yeah.
That does not happen much on library.
That was a powerhouse game as Spy coming out of Kmars.
And I mentioned that Kmars seemed a little nervous, competitive debut rather recently, all that stuff. And that is really impressive, to be able to be aggressive and make steady, calm progress as Spy when you are otherwise nervous. That is a really good sign for Kmars.
Yeah, you wouldn't know he was nervous, would you? He's playing very powerfully.
No, this is the play of a veteran so far.
Green microfilm in pocket, stepping into the first flirt for 34%.
Really good start. A flirt, a microfilm, and both, as far as I can tell, are clean. And I like to see that too. Alexare, you're behind. You're a little nervous. You didn't get away with it last time, but you just keep going. You don't get scared. You make your own progress. There's a lot of opportunity on library. You just got to take it.
Yeah. And if Alexare wins this game on the Spy side, this is very doable. Like, it's a slow start, but there's a lot of match still to play.
Yeah, the rough part about this is that they're spying for the 3-1. But if they actually get it, that's not bad at all. Losing 3-1 in the first set, there's a lot of time left.
Banana bread.
There's the contact and the split.
Let's see if it gets them a low light. They're not looking over that side at all. This might work. Let's see.
No.
That was a big moment, by the way, because he was off screen for a long time after the BB. In fact, it actually is one of those things where if he'd done borderline a hard tell by immediately picking up the statue, that would have been better, because he would have been farther along into the animation by the time he went over there and more likely to grab the low light. That can work sometimes.
Or if he just stepped into that conversation and not gone to the mission site.
Maybe, yeah. It's entirely possible. It can work either way. You're obviously fishing for the low light a little bit, but even a moderately experienced sniper knows that spies love to split or purloin into something like books or statues, as if to say, no, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if I don't think I've caught a purloin at all, I will just assume it is someone who retreated to statues.
Second flirt on the table, up to 68%. Under 1 minute and 30, but lots of progress to work with. No fingerprint, though. So that's one mission that's basically no longer on the table. Actually, fingerprint at the yellow bookcase, this is doable.
Yeah, a fingerprint on library in one of the books can be very, very good.
Oh, the timing on that was so beautiful.
Yeah, and actually, Kmars was kind of doing the same thing Alexare was having trouble with, which is that they're just not staying still enough to catch some of these things. Even if these things are on screen, it doesn't do you any good if you don't station the camera just a little bit so you can see them. You're not going to see a green microfilm, for example, if your camera's moving constantly. Oh boy, but Kmars is indicating.
Deduction comes to us. It's not close enough for a white test. I don't know if it's close enough for a green, but it doesn't hit it. It's 87%, 30 seconds to play. Now we are in crunch time.
Yeah, but Kmars, you could see with their camera, was kind of flipping out there as if to say, I think this is them. They just don't want to take the shot yet.
Oh, the swap! This is so bad!
You got to imagine there's going to be a shot here. They've got one more flirt.
There it is. He sees it. Tries to get someone else shot, but it doesn't happen.
Oh my goodness. Kmars is up 4-0.
Kmars. This is impressive. This is a statement.
Yeah, but we are on pub, and pub is 3-5 this season, not 4-7. It's a swingy map, and as nerve-wracking as that can be, if you're down 4-0, that's kind of what you need.
And we're playing 4 of it.
Yes, we're doubling it. The doubled pub. Dub pub, if you will.
Yeah. This is definitely a big chance for Alexare to pull this back. Let's see if he can make the start on the sniper side of pub any 3 of 5 with no bug and no swap in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, the big choices are out of bug, purloin, and fingerprint. You're going to leave inspect on. You're going to leave seduce on. You're going to leave contact on. There's a decent chance those are the missions you're going to want to do. Fingerprint is risky. Sometimes AIs just don't complete. I would say none of them complete in the majority of the games, but when they do, it can be a very big deal. Bug is tough to give up, but it's really about how good you think the sniper is. If you're against a really good sniper, you want to leave bug off, I think.
That hurts. Like,
Yeah.
we sidle up next to the stuck target, and he's like, no, I'm just here for this briefcase. Sorry.
I don't need a drink. I've already got one, see? He should have realized. It made sense. Why would he go to the bar already holding a drink? Because he thinks Seek is an alcoholic. No, that's water, everyone.
Either way, Kmars decides to go out and greet him anyways for 34%. And the
Yeah, plenty of
games
time.
begin.
Yeah, it's not too bad on pub. As long as you make a decent effort, you're going to get that flirt done eventually. And I guess the highlight might be for a possible print. We talked earlier about highlighting strategies on pub. I don't usually see print highlights. If that is indeed what's happening.
Either way, 2 minutes and 5 left to play, and we can't frickin' seduction target, man.
No, but if this could be great for Kmars, if that is indeed what's happening, then Seek has 2 prints, right?
It's true. That frickin' seduction target, man.
Look, if they run away from you all game because they're busy getting prints and then getting shot, you'll take it, my love. You'll say, you know what, I'm sorry it didn't work out between us, but I have something so much more valuable, which is a spy win.
Now we're gonna get one. Seek ran out of water.
Yeah, finally. Another bar attempt. Ooh, they might have been flirt paired together there. I don't know.
May
me
well
see here.
have been, but we've still got time. We just need to find that one more mission. Hopefully, we're not gonna have to resort to any crazy shenanigans, but
Well,
we've already
You
been
think-
to statues.
you got to delegate this, and if you're smart, I really don't see how you could delegate to, I don't know, maybe not anyone but Seek at this point.
Yeah.
So this is a
my
good
God,
position
if
for
we
Kmars.
delegate the Seek here. This is gonna be huge. Oh my God, it's gonna happen.
And it's
Oh
a
my
pretty-
God,
yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's not just a pretty good move in general, it's a good move for someone who's up 4-0, because if you at this point, you want to grind them down. You want to lean into coin flips. If you think you can get this down to roughly 50-50 and make them shoot, great. But it doesn't look like he's going to do it.
Oh my God, they both stopped talking at the same time. Are you kidding me?
He's thinking about the shot. You got to take the shot right now or you're in huge trouble.
Huge trouble is a loss in this case.
Oh my goodness, 5-0.
Look
Oh,
at
that
this.
hurts.
Look at the end of this game. They're
Yep.
both talking when the contact comes off, and then they both stop talk.
Right? Well, you got to be a little more...
It looks like Kmars stop talks, but
Right.
Banana
Now,
bread.
you can still make this judgment, though, because one of those characters walked into that conversation next to the other. So they made the choice to make sure they were in the same conversation when it happened.
yeah.
If it's Seek trying to
Banana
frame
bread.
General or even just wanting him in there, he's waiting for him to come in and he's coming into the perfect place, which is a lot less likely than the spy going to that spot. But the real significant thing is here, when you look at Alexare's camera, it didn't look like they were even considering shooting.
Yeah.
So it's not like they had a difficult shot. If they shoot Seek there, that's wrong, I think. Obviously, it's technically wrong, but I think it's a less defensible decision. But more than that, they didn't look interested in shooting at all. That's the strange thing.
Yeah, I think if you shoot Seek, it's not for a flirt. You've seen him
Right.
get the prints. You've
Yep.
seen him get the contact. You just have to take a guess that they've done flirt at some point and take the shot there. If you shoot general, it's because of you saw him take the statue, you flirt paired him, you saw the contact. It's hard to not shoot.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you have to at least be considering the shot.
Yeah.
I don't see why you would rule it out at that point, but
Either way, Alexare down 5-0, stepping into the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And, well, if you've been saving anything, and I hope you haven't, time to bust it out there, Alex.
Maybe he has something for this map in particular, that would be a reason to save it, because you haven't had a spy game on this map yet.
Yeah. And really, you just, because you have no more margin, you really got to hope that the AI is at least, let's say, not unfriendly.
Yeah.
Not get one of those unfortunate pub games where literally no AIs could have completed. Bug is off again, by the way, so leaning into the same thing, and I can understand it. This is the frame-heavy version. Maybe they do fingerprints, maybe they don't, and you have Purloin as an option if you kind of want to lean into a 50-50.
Opening with Inspect is a very bold choice in this situation.
Right, and so what's funny is if they're going to credit Flirt, which most snipers are going to in this setup, unless they're tracking it or unless things happen very, very early, you're basically saying, yeah, I'm going to be okay with being a finisher who could get shot. Unless you get an early fingerprint and you think about a silent game, something like that.
We'll see. Sidling up to the Ambassador, getting ready for a possible fingerprint here. And look at this, it works out. In conversation with the double agent as well, but I don't think it's time to take that. Way too many people out of conversation. Oh no, the briefcase gets stolen.
I think that might have been a mistake. I think Teal maybe was obligated to take that at that point. I'm not sure. At the very least, I think you could have gotten away with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Banana bread.
There's the contact right before the double agent leaves.
Oh boy, that is... Yeah, so it depends on when they see the double agent leave, but Hair is going to get low lit, and there are 3 people in another conversation with no SDA. The only other SDA is in with an ambassador and someone who's already low lit, one of the twins. So the number of people who could have done a real BB here, way down.
Way down. Apparently down to 1.
Yeah, technically 3, but one of them had been to statues. And again, they're willing to credit that flirt. We know for a fact there was 0% on the flirt, but Kmars doesn't feel comfortable about that. And oh my goodness, Kmars is up 6-0.
Oh my gosh. This is... Man,
this is rough. This is rough, yeah.
Yeah. All right. 2 more.
Onward? Yeah,
Let's see if Alexare can get us to the next map. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
There were very few shutouts in SCL Season 4 in general. There have been a handful already in SCL Season 5, and Kmars' Spy is 1 away from getting their own.
And this is a good map to do it on as well. 34% on the first flirt at Windows.
In fact, only 2 divisions last season didn't have shutouts, Diamond and Iron didn't play most of its matches, so there you go.
Second flirt already. This is... Kmar's not wasting time. This could be quick. No bug, no swap. It is hard to take an early shot on this game type.
Yeah, and yeah, we do have the same mission set up. Very interesting. Usually you see bug left on a little more often. I was saying before in one of the other games that I think it really comes down to the sniper. Against a really good sniper, the odds they're actually going to miss a bug are pretty low. It's pretty hard to talk them into thinking, that one of those happened from the AI, and it's hard to get away with one. So I actually kind of understand if you are convinced that you're up against a really good sniper, taking bug off. But I will add, if they're just a pretty good sniper, you got to leave it on.
Flirt's
or if they struggle
already.
with bugs.
Still 2 minutes and 10 to play.
And you see that Amba moving. That's what you want. Create print opportunities.
Absolutely.
Either for you or for them. Kmars says it's for me.
Yeah, this is a nice little insertion here. Got plenty of time. Why not pick up a print? And in a pretty inconspicuous fashion as well.
Yeah, not bad. Highlight for it, though. You got the Purloin in the back pocket. You're going to have the one print. If you can get a difficult in particular, put yourself in a really strong position to win. But as we say all the time on pub, especially this 3-5 variant, really important that you get a good banana bread. It matters a lot here.
Absolutely. Hung out at bar there for a long time. Is he gonna hang around long enough to try for a reverse drive-by bug? No, I thought that would be insane. And
He could have. Alexare got caught on a rotation there and had that big wooden doorway blocking pretty much entirely both characters when it happened. That might have been a free bug.
Kmar's not able to get the briefcase and didn't move after it.
That might be better. I think you might want to lean into the difficult here. Have an AT for the win.
Yeah, but isn't like going for the briefcase and then not redirecting off of it when you don't get it, isn't that a hardtail?
It could be, depending on how it happens, but I don't think it was noticed.
Banana bread.
That's a fake.
Fake contact delegate expires 30 seconds.
Alexare's on it. He's not really buying it. It looks like he's pretty confident about who could have done a reel here, and he is holding this shot. That is very significant, and Kmars actually is up against it now.
Yeah, you can tell Kmar is not happy with how this is going, how this is
Banana bread.
moving forward. Oh no. Oh,
There's a cough.
No, Kmar's.
Okay, well, we said in that earlier game, Opie was down kind of big there, and Yeesh gave him a cough for a nice, easy shot to stay alive. The exact same thing happens here. Little opening for Alexare, little daylight, but still a long way to go. There's a famous quote from Confucius that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We don't have 1,000 miles to go, but it's a pretty long way after this.
Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single cough.
There it is. Yes, Alexare now needs to find a spy win to keep it going. That's going to be tough.
He needs to find literally every win from here on out to keep it going, but it starts with one on the spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
That's the really demoralizing thing. You're playing against all odds for a draw.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts.
Places to spy for your life in the.
Ah, absolutely. This is
Banana
a
bread.
good spot to make it happen.
Oh,
The contact
goodness.
at the start of the game.
That is not a good spot. 2 early statue visitors knocked out. Oh my goodness. The
Yeah.
party gave you a little gift there, and you just asked for a gift receipt.
That's rough.
Bad choice. Bad choice. I mean, you know, you hate to be harsh. I understand it's a hard game, but just straight up, that is just a clear mental error, I think.
24 per. Oh!
Wow.
What?
What is this?
That must have been a phantom bug, right?
Well, bugs turned off again, so I don't know. Thinks they see an etiquette thing? There were some etiquette shots earlier, I think, from Kmars. That's the kind of thing Kmars looks for, but I just think they phantomed it, and maybe they're thinking, I've got so much margin. Go ahead, take an aggressive shot. Very strange. And not just are they just wrong, not is the shot wrong, but look at the party. Look at how many lowlights they had already. The early statue visitors are knocked out.
Look at the contact! Look at the contact. It's alone in conversation with an SDA and split.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's pretty bad, but here's the thing. Only 2 people could have done it. The person you didn't
Banana
shoot
bread.
was the spy, the other one. So if you got it narrowed down to 2, why not just grind it out and let them play statue chicken with each other?
It's true. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe another thing that could have been is he didn't see Wheels' talk animation and thought there was a no talk going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Whatever it was, it's an unnecessarily aggressive shot that gives Alexare a little more life.
Yeah. Don't know. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't correct. And we've gone from 6-0 to 6-2. Alexare starting to claw his way back as we step into Gallery with Kmars on the Spy, Alexare on the Sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And one of our fellow casters helpfully noting that no one's really ever come back from an 06 position, but just last week, our friend Max Edward Snacks came back from a 1-6 deficit against Alexare.
Ooh. Alright, well, Kmar's opening the game up at Statues, picks up a Highlight and a pair of Inspects.
And Gallery, very, very different than Pub. Pub, you end up waiting around, watching the party, taking your time, spacing things out. You can't do that on Gallery. You gotta keep moving.
27% on the Flirt. So not in 2-flirt range, or sorry, not in 3-flirt range if we don't hit a green.
Spies on Gallery are like sharks, to pick a completely random example. You have to keep moving or you die.
Speaking of which, have you folks seen the new SpyParty update? Because it involves a literal shark.
You don't say! Why, I had not heard that. I hope you can tell me more later.
Absolutely. That was a bug. Just straight up attempted bug facing the camera on the way through the door. Luckily, Alexare was...
Yeah, that's what happens. There are a lot of free bugs and free bug
Banana bread.
attempts out in the front of Gallery. Lot of lowlights.
lot of lowlights. Alexare...
Some of these are assumed. He's missing a couple. Oh boy, he missed a lot of lowlights there.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be huge, but it wound up only being 3.
So that was significant because this is one of the nice things on Gallery. Sometimes you get the BB, right? And there's a group of people, because of the occlusion, because of the up-down nature on it, you'll get 4 people basically stacked on top of each other with the lowlights, and you can just spam that right click and get them all without having to be precise at all. I love it when that happens. And it happened there, but Alexare tried to get Salmon, who was walking across. That was actually a logistical mistake. Take the easy ones you can spam in front of you, and then go get the stragglers later. In this case, it cost him several high-value lowlights.
61% on the Flirt, 2 inspects, and 1 completion at 1:05.
Yeah, that's rough. If that happens in my head, what I'm thinking is click, 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 and I'm thinking salmon. Get salmon afterwards. If you stop to get salmon in the middle, you miss 3 or 4 people who walk away, and you can't be confident anymore. And once you can't be confident, the value of the lowlights you do get even plummets.
Oh, it's 95%. Here's the purloin, though. It's hard to see, but it's a white test. Toby not making it easy on Alexare. 35
But he's a highlight.
seconds.
He's a highlight near where the purloin has gone off in a very purloiny
It was an
spy
SDA
spot.
to the second one. Still can't see the tray.
You gotta shoot though. As soon as
Another
he sees it,
taker.
there's a
Now
highlight near
sees it gone.
Gotta react.
No,
We
you
don't-
don't. 15 seconds. If he's not confident
Well, he doesn't
that
know
any
that.
of these people does it, are done.
I guess so. He might actually be a victim, a beneficiary rather, of his own uncertainty because he doesn't want to shoot because he doesn't know. He doesn't know Kmars is about to time out. He can't possibly assume it.
Man,
Wow.
that was everything. Everything at the end of that game went in Kmar's favor, and it still wasn't enough.
So it's possible that's a great hold. It's also possible that, again, it's one of those things where you don't know who to shoot, so you don't shoot anyone and it works out. Could be a mix of both. I don't want to, make too many assumptions there. It could be either one. But in that case, Kmar's actually, I think that's a good move. He knows that he only needs one more win, and he's putting the sniper to a really tough test. I mentioned earlier that if you're up big, why not lean into a 50-50 on pub, right? They can't win coin flips all day. You'll take a bunch of coin flips in a row. That's kind of what this is here. If he's not confident about the purloin, there's a really good chance shot's going to come off on Gallery. So I like the decision fine. I just think he should have left himself a little more in the way of outs. If he'd finished the inspect or the seduce, more likely he gets shot, but also more likely he can finish when it's clear the shot's not going to come off.
Either way, that's 3.
Okay, I'll just put it this way. If he wins this one, I'm going to get a little excited.
Alexare, let's see what you got in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Anyone can sweep a map. Just 2? So this, just like I said last time, this is kind of the game. You get a spy win here, you just need to win 1 venue after that, and at that point, if Kmars has anything in the way of nerves, they're gonna be jangling, to say the least, after dropping 4 in a row. So this is a big game. This could be worth more than 1 in a way.
In conversation with this double agent as well, but so many people outside of conversation. Got a fingerprint off the drink, too, which is a great way to get it. Very hard to track those.
Yeah, drink fingerprints notoriously difficult. I always say that if any fingerprint gets missed, default assumption, the easiest to miss is the drinks. Those are the ones that get missed the most often, the most consistently.
First flirt for 34% out front. Don't we wish that was the real double agent now? Minutes and 10. Bit of progress, but no completions yet, and we need 4 of them total. Oh, that! Oh, God! It hurt me a little bit, but it worked out. Didn't take, but we're still alive.
And this is not great progress right now. It can swing in a hurry. Yeah, that helps a lot. So if you can make a little more progress in the next 20 seconds, suddenly you have a lot of options, but you just don't have much margin anymore.
Pull out this book, go for that briefcase, see if you can hit the difficult.
I feel like this book has been seen. We've established it's not clean, by the way. He hasn't cleaned it outside. But if somehow he can get away with dumping it into green, the win percentage on this...
risky.
The win percentage, it's 3 at shelves too. If the win percentage can shift right here...
Kmars doesn't see it.
There's no BB yet, though. This is the real test.
Here we go. This is the flirt and the contact. We're just under a minute.
He gets away with this, and he's in great shape.
Here's number 1.
That's not the risky one, though. This is the scary one.
Banana bread.
Here we go.
He's alive. Zooming in.
He doesn't know. No lowlights. The shot comes off, but it's Smallman in the back going to put away a book after the contact. That is a very understandable shot.
Smallman's in the back of gallery, talking during the BB, and then leaves and dumps a book. And given that he didn't see where the other book came from, pretty good chance he hadn't adequately tracked that one. So he's just thinking, I'm not sure where that book came from. It's Smallman. He BB'd. He was talking. He left right after. It's gallery. There's 40 seconds left. I'm going to shoot.
He was in the back. He was in the back of the conversation being stealth man.
Oh my God, that's perfect. It's a little bit of AI luck. And let's be honest, any kind of comeback was going to involve a little bit of luck, right? And Smallman being suspicious on gallery, even though they're an AI, that is very useful. But I think they were going to win anyway. I mean, they needed a fingerprint at that point. I think they were probably going to take that home regardless.
Kmars wins the first 6. Alexare wakes the hell up. He is now 4 in a row. Going into the final map of the match, it's Kmars on the spy, trying to edge it out, and Alexare looking for the comeback of a century. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And if Alexare wins this game, can you imagine the pressure Kmars is going to be under? I feel like that will be an easier than usual to win spy game. It'll be much harder to avoid something like a Civ shot if you put Kmars in a position where they need to snipe to save this victory.
Of all the mindsets to be in when you are sniping, you cannot be in your own head.
No. And you can't feel desperate. You have to feel in control. You have to feel confident. If you are paranoid about everything that's happening, every path could be a bug path. Every animation move could be an animation break. It's really tough to be in that mindset. You gotta be cool.
We're not there yet, though. Kmars still has the spy game, and he's already on 2 flirts to 77%. He's got a good start.
That's a bug. That's a good bug.
That's a beautiful bug.
I mean, it's a bug path. A good sniper's going to note it, but the bug does not look particularly visible. It's ballroom. There's going to be a few of those. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's just a good, clean bug and a decent decision there from Kmars, I think.
All right, Kmars, this is your moment. I know you're upset that you got sunshined just now, but this is your moment. You've got the hardtail done. You've got the flirt done. You still have 2 minutes.
I would rather go inspect first if you're going to do it. If you're going to go to center, I'd get it done now. Nope, they're going to go the other way. I like using a late BB to look like a desperation BB, to look like a please shoot BB sometimes. The late ones can be really good for that.
Here we go. Pretty good BB setup here. We've got 4 potential lowlights.
And only 3 potential real BBers. It's Twin, Sorry, and Wheels. That is way narrowed down.
Yeah, it is. Twin and Sorry both highlight.
He's still looking at the guest list. He's not reacting much to the statues. He's going to have to do something quick if he wants to win. That's another white test, though. Is he going to 3-cycle?
This is it. That's a red test! It's a 3-cycle! There's the shot!
He got for it! Wow!
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
We saw this earlier. We saw 3 cycles earlier because of the white test. I don't think the red or white was going to matter. A white was going to be a 3-cycle regardless. He probably just needed 1 green test of those first 2 to win the game and the match and prevent the comeback. Instead, it's all white tests and then a red. And now his back is against, even though he's winning, his back is against the wall. Alexare is 1 game away from forcing the tie, improbably.
Oh my god. This is insane.
I'm going to have to check the records, but as I mentioned earlier, I don't think this has ever happened. I know it didn't happen last season. I don't think it happened in Season 3 either. It couldn't have happened in Season 2 or 1 because we didn't play 12-game sets back then. Well, we only played up to 8, if you can believe that. So whether or not this has happened in Season 3, it certainly hasn't happened much. This is a chance at SCL history right here. 1 game.
6 games for Kmar. 5 for Alexare. 1 more hangs in the balance. Let's see if Kmar can get himself under control or if Alexare can pull a point out of thin air. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Seduction target 9%. That's still in range for a 2 flirt if we get snugly on the second one. It just means we can't rely on the timer for it. Contact coming off as well. That's a very good contact. Look at that. 2 lowlights.
And one of the reasons is because Kmars was zoomed in when it happened. That is actually really bad for the banana bread on ballroom for the sniper. If you're zoomed out, you can kind of take a snapshot of the party, see people moving around, and get a lot of lowlights over the next 5 or 6 seconds if you have a good memory, and I think most good snipers do at that point. But if you're zoomed in, you cannot be confident about splits at all.
Oh my god, this is insane. Alexare really taking a breath, taking it slow.
Look at all these
no
highlights.
Need to rush into anything. We need to find a hardtail somewhere, but we've got plenty of time to do it.
And you got plenty of covers. You got plenty of window panes. Ballroom, not too rough on the hardtails. You do have to be careful. It's not like library where you can crash bug and there's a 2 out of 3 chance it's off screen maybe. But there's plenty of occlusion. You can get away with a lot. If you're careful about it.
White test, 83%. 2 minutes to play.
If you green that, you have some options to be very aggressive and do something. You could white purloin in their face sometimes and not get shot right away if it's the final mission. But with the white test, you're going to have to play something a little closer to a standard ballroom game and be a little more careful about what you do.
I like how slow Alexare is taking this. He's really being deliberate in everything he does. not moving too quickly out of pads, but everywhere he's going has a purpose.
Wow!
The shot comes off. Kmart couldn't hold his nerve, and Alexare makes it happen.
Down 0-6, 6 in a row. Some great play. A little bit of help from the party. Come on, you're not going to win 6 in a row without a little bit of help, to be sure. And actually secures a point after going down 0-6. Absolutely incredible. Kmars twice, 3 cycles at statues, gets away with it one time, doesn't the second, and in the end, a sieve shot to Ansari, who I believe was out during the banana bread. And that's the problem with being zoomed in during the banana bread.
Oh my god, that was insane. What a match. Are you kidding me?
Yep. Hair and Sorry were lowlights for that banana bread, but when you're zoomed in, you just can't be confident. You can't stay zoomed in on ballroom because if the banana bread happens, you're going to lose a lot. That was what the game turns on. Literally, the game and the match ended up turning on, was the sniper zoomed in the moment the banana bread turned off? It turns on so little. I say it
Banana
every
bread.
week. These matches turn on so little. In this case, if they bump that mouse wheel down a little bit, a quarter second earlier, they probably win that game.
Banana bread.
And that's the moment it all turned around.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. And it's hard to point to one moment for that made the actual comeback possible, of course. A lot of stuff had to go right at that point,
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff had to go wrong for Alexare to be down 6-0 in the first place. And I know it might not be much consolation to Kmars, but they did get a point for this, for sure.
Yeah.
And they had some very impressive spy play early on. Obviously, got to practice those ATs a little bit more, though, because in this case, they cost them that second point.
All right.